Good day, everybody. Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Hideous Abomination. Now in the game Hideous Abomination, you're going to be creating your own monsters with a variety of different body parts, and you're also going to be trying to score with those different body parts depending on what type of awards show up in the middle of the table. So let's check it out. Okay guys, so the object of this game is you're going to be trying to score the most amount of points depending on what the judges want. Now right over here you're going to have the grand prizes over here, and there's three. There's most colors, completed abomination, and fewest tiles, and you're going to take these at the end of the game. Also, there are going to be general awards that are going to be turned over here on the table, and you're going to be able to get these as well. Now, the trick is this game is going to end once this amount of rewards that's on the table surpasses the amount of players. Until that happens, you're not going to be able to complete your abomination. But here's just some of them. Here's most foot tiles, most digits, most straight tiles, most tail tiles, etc. And it's going to start with 0. Now right over here are going to be the different body parts. Everybody is going to go ahead and start with the torso part, and there's several different types of torsos you can start with. And each of these body parts are going to have a bunch of different attributes. So one thing that they're going to have is they're going to have different colors. Some of them will have teeth, some will have eyes, some will have horns, digits, noses, etc. And then they're going to have the different body parts such as the tail and the wing and the foot. So all of these are going to be on the different cards, and depending on what the awards are, you're going to be trying to see if you can collect these. For example, most teeth. And there's so many different, there's like over 130 of these cards, but there's all different types. So you're going to be able to build pretty much an endless amount of monsters, I would say, just with all these cards. Anyway, you're going to go ahead and put these body part tiles here, and then you're going to draw 3 and put them over here in the center of the table. Now right over here are what are called bolt tokens, and you're going to be receiving these if somebody steals a tile from your abomination, which I'll talk about later. And right over here is a die. On the die, you're going to have different symbols. You're going to go ahead and deal 3 of these tiles to each player. So what you're going to do on your turn, you're going to go ahead and roll the die first, and you're going to go ahead and take the action. Now this is the steal. So right now, there isn't anything to steal, but what you would do is, in this case, if like I happen to have this card over here and it was player 2's turn, he could go ahead and steal this. I would go ahead and get 2 of these bolt tokens. Now what bolt tokens are going to do is they're going to keep parts from getting stolen, and the way you would use a bolt token, you would go ahead and place it, say, over here, and if I happen to have a part here, I could go ahead and bolt these 2 together. Now once I have the bolt tokens, I'm going to have to play them if I can. So let's say I roll again, and this time I've rolled the eye, and the eye is going to be the draw. This is where you're going to go ahead and draw 2 tiles from the top of the deck over here. And I'll go ahead and tell you about the other ones. The dig symbol over here is going to allow you to dig from one of the piles here. You're going to be discarding cards in one of these 3 piles, or a combination, if you have more than 3. So what you would do with the dig is you could say pick up this pile. You would go ahead and take 2 of these tiles to draw. Now this symbol is the symbol, and if you roll that, you're going to go ahead and reveal an award, and then you'll go ahead and continue on with your turn. You also have the wild, and this will allow you to go ahead and do one of the actions. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play one of my body part cards. Now I can either play it on my abomination here, or I can play it on my opponent's abomination. So the game is going to end once somebody is able to cover all of their loose ends, meaning they can play a tile on each of the loose ends. Some of these are only going to have something like this, which would complete a loose end. So ultimately, you're just trying to see if you can complete your abomination by taking care of all the loose ends. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play a tile. Now on the cards, you're going to see the different types of things that they have, the attributes. He has 3 teeth, he has 3 eyes, and he also has a straight line. So you're going to be keeping an eye on that, because you might end up with awards that are going to have those on there that you can get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put him, let's just say I decide I'm going to put him over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and discard down to 3 cards. So I only have 2, so I'm not going to go ahead and do anything. So let's say my opponent decides he's going to roll. He rolls the draw, so he'll go ahead and draw 2 cards. So let's just say he decides he's going to go ahead and play this big ugly thing, and he'll put it over here. He'll go ahead and discard down to 3 cards, so he'll go ahead and play a card over here. Now this particular tile over here is wild, so you can make it whatever attribute you want and whatever color that you want as well. And so then it goes back to me, and let's just say I roll the reveal here. I will simply go ahead and reveal this prize, and this one says most teeth. So at the end of the game, if I have the most teeth, I will go ahead and pick this up. So let's say that there are more awards than there are players on the game, and I've managed to complete my abomination. So the first thing I'm going to do in order to score is I'm going to go ahead and score for consistency. What consistency basically means is I'm going to figure out what my dominant color is. So right now I've got 2 red, 2 pink, 2 blue, so I'll just go ahead and pick one. Let's just say I pick red. I will count up all the tiles of my dominant color. So right now, let's say I have 2, and this is going to be the basis of my consistency score. If I had any wild tiles, I would add those as well. So right now, I have 2 points, and my opponent will go ahead and do the same thing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look at all of these awards. Most colors, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So let's just say I happen to win that one. Completed abomination, let's just say I happen to complete my abomination first. I will get this one. Fewest tiles, let's say my opponent ends up getting that. And then what I will do is I'll go ahead and look at the other ones that came up in the game. Most ears, so I'm going to go ahead and look on my tiles for ears here. I've got 7 ears right here. I got a wild, so I could say I'm going to make him an ear, so that would be like 8 ears. So let's just say I ended up winning this as well. And you would go ahead and do the same thing with the rest of the awards tiles that came out. Anyway, what you'll do is you'll go ahead and add up your score, and whoever has the most amount of points at the end is going to win. This game reminds me a lot of a puzzle. Whenever you're making a puzzle, you've got these certain pieces you're trying to put together to create the entire picture. Well, this game kind of reminds me of that. Now, interestingly enough, you don't have to necessarily put feet on the bottom and like heads on the top. You can kind of configure it however you want to, which I like. You can make these amazing looking creations that just look ridiculous. But it also has those different rewards that you can win. You have the grand rewards, which, you know, you're going to know that those are there, so you can be trying to gun for those. And then you're going to have the other rewards that are going to show up. Now, the thing is, when those other rewards show up, you have to have the cards available to get those rewards. So you might be playing the game and you might need teeth, but teeth might not come out, but they might come out, and then you might have to steal it from your opponent. They may try to re-steal it. And so there's a lot of back and forth going on in the game, and you have a lot of different awards that you can try to go for too. Now, I didn't mention why you might want to put tiles on your opponent's abomination. Well, the main reason is if they're about to complete their abomination, you might put like something that has like 2, you might put something that like has 2 open ends, and that way they would have to work harder to end up finishing it. So that way maybe you could finish it, and then you would end up getting the bonus card. And plus, you also have the composition score of the different colors, all those different attributes. I like it. I like the game. It's a game my wife enjoyed as well. It's just funny watching how these creations are end up coming about. You know, when you look at the finished product, you just kind of like, wow, that's pretty, well, hideous. Anyway, I would recommend this game for anybody who likes puzzle games, anybody that likes who is a creative type of player that can just kind of build things, and somebody that also has, you know, somebody that also likes to has goals that you like to try to reach, because you have these different awards too. So it combines a lot of different elements together. And it's an easy game to learn. I enjoyed it. Feel free to check it out if you would like to, if it fits your bill. All right, guys, that's my review of Hideous Abomination. Take care. Keep on gaming.